cooking Mexican today. Guys, I said I'm cooking Mexican today. Thank you, and I don't mean Tex-Mex or even SoFlo Mex. I'm Señorita Bernstein, and I'm making some authentic Mexican dishes here on SoFlo Taste. This is South Florida. It's where I live and work. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. South Florida is more than sun, sand, and sea. It's a lifestyle of fashion, sound, culture, and of course, food. Food with taste from all over the world. Join me as we celebrate the food of South Florida and the people who love it. Join me as we experience SoFlo Taste. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Taste. I am Chef Michelle Bernstein. Happy to be here at the Publix Aprons Cooking School here in Plantation. And this is a very, very special show for me. I have a very special guest. This is Khalid Quidos. Khalid is the chef of our bar called Sweet Liberty, but I'm not here to cook the food that we do at Sweet Liberty. I'm here because Khalid, being from Mexico, ¿qué parte de Mexico sos?
Tlaxcala.
Tlaxcala. He is probably one of the best Mexican chefs that I have met in a very, very long time. And as young as he is,
yes.
It's pretty wonderful that he knows so many of the traditions and the classics from Mexico. We're going to start with a chilaquiles recipe. Chilaquiles is a breakfast food usually eaten in Mexico, although a lot of people eat it cuando toman demasiado as a hangover cure.
Hangover cure.
Yeah. So there's two colors of chilaquiles.
Yes, we have red ones and green ones. Green ones is more classic in Mexico because after you hangover, you're going to eat something spicy. Like, oh wow, I need to take it out of the hangover.
Is the green spicier than the red?
Yes.
Really? I never knew that. Okay, so let's get started. How do we start? We should probably start with the salsa verde, right?
Yes, we start the salsa verde.
Go ahead.
We have a half a yellow onion.
Do I put that in here?
And drop it in the water.
Okay, so we have boiling water right here. No tiene sal, no?
No tiene sal.
It doesn't have any salt or anything. I'm just going to drop a half an onion that's sliced into just a couple pieces into the water.
And after that, we have 2 jalapenos.
2 jalapenos cut in half, lengthwise. The seeds are still intact.
We have the green tomatoes.
Tomatillos. Green tomato tomatillos. Do you want it whole inside the water?
Yes, please.
Okay. And how many of those are we doing?
5 or 6 is...
5 or 6?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so how long does that cook?
Like it cooking like almost for 15 minutes.
15 minutes and everything softens, right?
Soften after that. Before it's really nice to soft, you want to add the cilantro.
You add cilantro to the water?
Yes, please.
So let's pretend that this has all been cooking in the water for 15 minutes, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So then, how much of the cilantro do you add in?
Like half a bunch.
Half a bunch of cilantro, which is a good amount. And how long do you let that cook?
For 2 more minutes.
Okay.
2 cloves of garlic.
2 cloves of garlic. So we let that go.
Yes.
How long do we let that cook?
10 minutes, leave it to rest, and after that you blend it.
Do we strain it?
Take it out a little bit of water because before it's too much water.
How much of the water do we need to keep in it?
Half.
Once you strain it, you want to keep the water that you've strained. And about half that water, which will end up to be about a cup and a half, you want that all to go in a blender. And then finally, this is epazote. Epazote is not something we see very often. You can find these a lot down south. I find epazote a lot in different farmers markets in Homestead. If you can't find epazote, do you use something else or you just kind of leave it out?
Just leave it out like that because sometimes
it's perfectly fine, right?
Fine, yes.
Okay, but don't put it into the poaching liquid because Khalid was telling me that it just gets too strong.
It's really strong, and before you put in the liquid, you kill everything. You kill all the tomatillo, you kill all the flavors. Nice.
Because everything ends up tasting like this rather than tasting like that.
Yes.
Okay, so how much epazote do you put in the blender?
A little bit, like a couple
just a touch. Okay.
And then
so you go very little.
Yes.
Okay, so you blend that up. It ends up looking like this. So it's not too thick of a salsa. When you cook your tortillas inside of the salsa verde, you want them to stay juicy and nice and thin. It's not watery, but it's a thinner salsa.
Yes.
It's beautiful. All right, so once your salsa verde is made, which by the way can be made 3 days in advance?
Yeah, 3 days in advance. You leave it there, you have more flavor in there before you leave it.
So the longer you leave it, the more flavor it gets. But you don't want it more than about 4 days, right?
No, more than 4 days. So like 3 days is the last day before you
start
to use it.
Khalid serves the chilaquiles with refried black beans, right?
Refried black beans.
They are just delicious.
And after that, we start going with the chips.
Okay. So these are just corn tortilla chips.
Corn tortilla chips.
Did you make these?
Yes. Yeah, after that is later. Before you put the cheese, you need to add the salsa.
So you want them wet, but do you want any of them to stay a little bit crispy?
Yes, a little bit crispy.
Okay.
And wet.
And I have to say, your salsa is not that spicy. It's not as spicy as I thought it would be with all the jalapenos and the seeds in there. It's beautiful.
It's nice. You have a nice, beautiful touch. Before you want something else more spicy, you need to add like 2 or 3 more jalapenos.
And if you want really spicy, you can add a serrano or a habanero.
Habanero.
Yeah. All right, do you want me to start frying the egg at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. Khalid also brought a little bit of Mexican crema, which is like a thinner sour cream, which is used a lot in serving a lot of Mexican dishes. And you actually can find it in a lot of supermarkets here. But the fancier the supermarket, the less likely you will find Mexican crema. So should I season this with a little salt and pepper? Is that okay?
Salt and pepper.
Okay. Okay, so we're frying our eggs. Khalid is going to start putting the plate together the way he would normally do this. Do you guys eat this at home?
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah.
See, I always put the tortillas in the center and then I top it with the eggs. You do it differently. You do everything in its little compartment.
Yes.
You're much neater than I am. And then where would you like the eggs?
Aquí está perfecto.
Okay. Yum. So a little bit of queso fresco. As you can see that he crumbles the queso fresco. It's really fine.
Avocado.
Delicioso. So sliced avocado. Okay, so look how beautiful this is. I mean, it's just the most perfect breakfast. I can't think of anything better other than, of course, taking a bite. ¿Te molesta? These are definitely the best green chilaquil I've ever had. Oof. We're very lucky to have Khalid here. You got to come back. We have so much more happening. Oh my goodness, what a perfect way to start this day. Come right back. Gracias, querido lindo. Gracias. SoFlo Taste will return right after this.
Time's running out. Running out on September in the Greater Fort Lauderdale Dine Out Lauderdale. This event celebrates the area's top restaurants, chefs, and cuisine with dozens of participating restaurants, some offering specially created multi-course lunch menus, and all offering multi-course dinner menus at a specially fixed price. For a list of restaurants, visit the dining section of sunny.org/restaurants/dineout and hurry. Then, on Sunday, September 25th, let our chef Michelle Bernstein cook you a great brunch for a great cause at the second annual Common Threads Cooking for Life at the amazing Confidant on Miami Beach. Michelle will be joined by a select group of chefs cooking to benefit Common Threads and supporting its mission of empowering children and families in Miami to get them cooking for life. For brunch tickets, visit commonthreads.org. Now back to the do-gooder cook of this morning's brunch, Chef Michelle Bernstein.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. I'm here at the Publix Aprons Cooking School in Plantation. The school has classes that will help you become a better home cook. For more information and a list of classes, go to Publix.com. I've taught here and I will teach here in the future, and it's wonderful. Moving on to our Mexico Day here with Khalid. We are doing something that I've never done before. We are making tacos from nopal, cactus. I've eaten them, I've never made them. It's kind of has a little stickiness to it, but you can't really tell when you blend it up and when you cook it like this, like we're doing today. You know what, I'm gonna cut the garlic. Why don't you teach them how to clean a nopal?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, properly, because, oh, by the way, Khalid is used to holding, and I am pretty much too, holding and touching nopal. If this is your first time, you might wanna use thick gloves.
Yes.
Or a kitchen towel. They're not terribly painful, but you really don't want to get one of these into your finger. If you touch it properly, if you can see where to actually hold it, you won't get hurt. But just for your first time, maybe to ease into it, use gloves.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So tell them what you're doing. So you're going in the same direction as the leaf comes out, is what he's doing to clean it. What happens if you go the other way?
Because if you do it the other way,
you cut too much off?
you cut too much off.
Yeah, you're going to end up peeling it, which you don't want to do.
Yes.
So Khalid is really just removing the thorns. And then I saw earlier that you just cut around it, right? To really clean all the outside part. So how many nopales per taco?
Like one nopal is enough for 2 tacos.
Okay. Which we're making now.
So you going around to take it out all the espinas.
Uh-huh.
And you don't forget it, we have 2 more in the bottom.
So the spininess of it is what you're removing. You have it on the bottom.
Yes.
They're all over the place, but it's not hard. It takes like 2 minutes to clean it. And then you have this beautiful, cleaned, soft cactus leaf. Do you want me to grill it and then you can work on everything else?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm going to be over here grilling it. I have the grill on high. So I'm just going to rub a little bit of oil and salt and pepper, yeah?
Yes, salt and pepper,
Okay.
pretty much that's it.
All right, here's your garlic that I chopped for you, okay?
Thank you, chef.
You got it. All right, so let's talk about this really quick. This is a molcajete.
Molcajete.
And what are you making in there to start? A guacamole?
When I start to make a guacamole,
Okay.
and so you need to put the avocados in there.
So how many avocado?
This is 2 avocados.
Okay.
So you wanna have one
That's
tablespoon
red onion, right?
red onions,
So a very tiny dice of red onion.
cilantro,
Okay.
1 touch cilantro,
A little bit chopped.
jalapenos.
So
take out
this
the
is
seeds.
seedless?
Yes.
So he's making a non-spicy guacamole. If you wanted, obviously, more seeds the better, right?
Yes. So you wanna add lime there.
But not too much, right?
Not too much.
I mean, too much lime really kills a guacamole.
Yes.
You want the avocado to taste
Yes.
like
Salt.
avocado. Ooh, can you get in here? Can you see that? So I've left it on for about a minute and a half, and it's almost done. You can actually tell that all the juices are being released. It's gorgeous. Okay, sorry, going back to this.
Spoon and a half garlic.
So about a spoon and a half of a tablespoon or a teaspoon and a half?
Teaspoon.
Teaspoon and a half of garlic, okay. So about a clove and a half is what you used. Do you always use a molcajete when you make guacamole?
Yes. In
I've
Mexico,
been making
yes.
guacamole wrong my whole life. All right.
So now when I start to make the pico de gallo, so add tomatoes, again red onions, cilantro,
Okay.
jalapeño,
Aceite?
sí,
Tell me when.
perfecto,
Yeah.
sal,
And I'm going to start heating the tortillas.
pimienta,
Yeah?
sí,
So, you know, when you heat tortillas, you never put oil in the pan. You just want to warm them up a little bit. So, pico de gallo, can it be made ahead of time?
just take it like almost 1 day, 2 days before I have it live for a pico de gallo, because
Okay.
after that we have all the juices. Is
The juices is not
Yes.
good. Okay, so about 1 to 2 days at the
Yes.
most. All right.
So you want to start with a guacamole.
That's your base? Okay. I'm going to make one next to you, actually.
Pico de gallo,
It's so pretty already.
and you finish with the nopal.
No queso, right?
No
cheese in
queso.
this one? Okay. Is this traditionally how a nopal taco is served?
Yeah.
So, what I loved about this dish when Khalid presented it to me to do for the show is that it is vegetarian. So, how wonderful to be able to do a vegetarian dish that is just so bright and colorful, but really kind of fills the whole mouth. It's wonderful. I can't wait to dig in. We'll see you in a minute for another beautiful and delicious taco. Welcome back to our show. We have our special guest here, Khalid Quiros, who is doing the most beautiful Mexican food, and I want him to stay with us all the time, so you have to come back.
Yeah, for
Please
sure.
come back. So we are on our last taco. These are going to be fish tacos. So you are doing another type of a salsa for this one.
Yes.
¿Cómo se llama?
Salsa
Molcajete?
molcajete.
Salsa molcajete, which is actually named after
Yes.
the molcajete. So these have already been grilled.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got plum tomatoes, jalapenos, and garlic. Was the garlic grilled
Yes.
as well?
No.
Okay. So the tomatoes and the garlic get grilled until, as you can see, they're not charred, but they're really nice and soft, and everything is kind of cooked through. So here I have fresh swordfish that Khalid asked me to slice into nice long pieces. We got this beautiful fish at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, and I'm going to go ahead and grill that. He's also asked me to grill the tortillas instead of warming them in a pan. So I'll work on that while you work on the molcajete.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Adios, muchacho. Tell everybody what you're doing.
Okay, we have used three plum tomatoes, 1 jalapeno.
You're basically putting whatever fits into the molcajete,
yes.
right? Okay. Couple of cloves of garlic smashed.
Smashed garlic.
Okay.
You put a little bit lime. Salt. And pepper. So you start smashing.
Where can people find a molcajete?
Mexico.
Thanks, Khalid. Okay, great. I'll see you all on the plane.
I'll see you on the plane, guys. You're going to Mexico, visit Mexico. Mexico is good.
Mexico City, by the way, has some of the best food I've had all year. Seriously, incredible food. You guys have to try Mexico City. It's a beautiful place to go. And you know what's a good tip? Although I shouldn't tell you because I should save it for myself, but go when there's long vacations, when people usually go out of town because, you know, traffic is pretty thick. So go during Easter holiday. There was like nobody. I got into every restaurant. There was no traffic. Oh my God, it was incredible. So just so you know, don't overcook swordfish because it's the worst. So you only want to cook it a couple minutes per side. You want it to be just barely done through. It's a wonderful fish, but one that is easily overcooked. It's not too fatty, so you want to be a little bit careful with it. Ooh, that's looking pretty, pretty, pretty. That's gorgeous. I love your molcajete, the look of that sauce. So pretty. So do you make mainly Mexican food at home, or because you cook anything and everything? He's cooked for some of the best chefs in New York. So do you cook Mexican at home, or do you kind of cook all kinds of
not
stuff?
really. I'm cooking a little bit because my grandma all the time before I wake up early every single morning. Every Sundays, my mom will have like a big comal and make tortillas and make fresh salsa, fresh ¿cómo se llama? Atole. Atole, how
What's
you call
atole?
atole? It's like
I don't know what atole is.
it's a little same thing with the rice pudding, but more liquid.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know it. I don't think I've had that. Well, you'll have to make that next time you come.
Yeah, it's really good to eat there before you wake up early.
And she would have the atole
Atole.
cooking already?
Cooking already. Fresh tortillas.
Wow.
Fresh salsa and molcajete.
Que rico. It's a lot of work. Mexican food is a lot of work, huh? I mean, it's worth it, but it's work.
So I already put the tomatoes, I already just mashed the garlic and the jalapeno.
Okay.
So this one I go into the cilantro.
Okay. You never use like the stems of the cilantro, you only use the leaves? You do? I thought so. Okay.
And we add the cilantro and the onions.
Okay. So is this supposed to be really spicy, this salsa?
Yes. And finish with avocado.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought that was going on top of the taco. I didn't realize that was going inside. Okay. You keep so many things from me. So when are we starting to do brunch at Sweet Liberty? We're starting soon, aren't we?
Yeah, it's starting soon.
We have to put your chilaquiles on the menu.
I want to be chilaquiles in the menu. I want to be maybe a little bit different surprise in there.
All right.
So before this, the salsa is ready.
Okay.
So I want to put the taco.
Okay, let's go ahead and make one.
It's the
El
fish.
pescado. How many of these rajas?
I think so one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we finish only with the salsa and pretty much that's it.
That's it?
It's only Mexico.
Una buena?
Yeah, una buena.
Okay.
If you also have one meat in there and a salsa, boom.
And that's all you need?
It's all you need.
Can I try it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, hang on, I have to. This is the last recipe you're making here today, so I have to try this one. Is it going to be really, really spicy?
No.
Okay. Poquito.
Poquito, pero no mucho.
Vale, vale. Oh, cool. I'm like, okay, it's a little spicy. Woo. It's a little bit spicy.
It's a little bit spicy, but not too spicy for.
Ooh. Thank you, Khalid. What a beautiful day. What beautiful food you've done. Oh my goodness, we're so lucky to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Chef.
Tan divino. We'll be right back. Thank you all for joining me today on SoFlo Taste for our Comida Mexicana. Stay right where you are because SoFlo Home Project is next with our design guru, Martin Amado. Today it may look like he's chillin', but he'll perform his magic on a pool terrace perfect for chillin'. Have a great week, taste buds, and I'll see you next Saturday.